If you've spent any time online, you know the feeling, right? It's like you're just drowning in a sea of headlines and hot takes and all these crazy predictions, and they're all just screaming for your attention. So today, what we're going to do is build a filter, a way to find the real signal in all of that noise. I mean, you've seen headlines just like this one. They're literally everywhere. They're sharp, they're super specific, and yeah, they're a little bit terrifying. They're engineered from the ground up to stop you in your tracks, to get you to click, to share, to have an emotional reaction. But hang on a second. Let's just pause and ask a totally different question. How is a headline like that designed to make you feel? Anxious, maybe? A sense of urgency? Maybe even a little bit powerless. You know that feeling? That's the whole point. And that gets us right to the heart of the problem we're all dealing with. We're not just consuming information anymore, we're being completely submerged in what you could call viral noise. Every single day we get hit with this fire hose of content that isn't built to make us think critically. No, it's built to make us feel something, outrage or fear or excitement. And it just leaves us feeling mentally exhausted and kind of stuck in this constant state of just reacting. Well, this state of mind puts us squarely into what I call the reaction trap. And for a lot of us, it's become the default way we process the world around us. And this presents us with a really powerful choice, a sort of identity shift. Over on the left, you've got the passive consumer. They're reactive, they're overwhelmed, and often they're just stalled by fear. But on the right, you have the strategic interpreter. They're proactive, they're focused, and they are totally action-oriented. So the goal here isn't just to learn a new trick, it's to fundamentally shift from being one of these to becoming the other. So, the big question is, how do we make that shift? Well, we need a tool, a simple but, believe me, an incredibly powerful mental framework to help us get back in control. Let's call it the three-legged filter. And it really is just three simple questions. First, we look at the source. Second, we separate the hard evidence from all the speculation. And third, we decide on a wise action. So, let's break each one of these down. Okay, first up, the source filter. This one is all about understanding the incentives. You have to ask who gains from this. Is this person trying to rack up ad revenue with a shocking headline? Or maybe build a political movement? Are they trying to sell you a course? Now, this doesn't automatically mean the information is wrong, not at all, but it does mean it's being presented with an agenda. It helps you separate genuinely helpful information from straight-up persuasion. All right, now for the evidence filter. Let's circle back to that AI headline. The idea that AI is going to disrupt jobs? You know what? That's a strong evidence-backed trend. We see it happening. But the claim that it's going to cause a total collapse by a specific date, like 2027, that's pretty weak speculation. So the key here is to take the underlying trends seriously without buying into the sensational, clickbaity timeline. And this is the most important step of all, the behavior filter. This is what moves you from just passive analysis to proactive strategy. So instead of getting stuck arguing about whether the prediction is true or not, you ask a better question. Okay, assuming the underlying trend is real, what's a smart thing for me to do about it right now? This literally turns fear into fuel for action. It's a game changer. Now, when you start consistently applying this filter, something pretty amazing starts to happen. You stop chasing all that noise, and you actually start finding the signal. And believe me, the benefits are immediate and they are tangible. And the payoff here is huge. First, you save so much time by not falling down all those pointless rabbit holes. Second, you conserve your mental energy because you're sidestepping all that manufactured outrage. Third, you start to compound wisdom. You learn to spot the underlying patterns instead of just consuming random facts. And maybe most importantly, you earn trust in your own judgment. You become a source of clarity for yourself and for other people. And this all leads us to a final and I think really crucial idea. In a world that's being more and more dominated by technology, what is our unique human advantage? Let's be really clear about this. AI is an incredible tool. It can summarize a 2-hour video in 2 minutes flat. Information consumption itself is becoming a commodity. So the new, irreplaceable edge, it's human interpretation. It's the ability to step back and ask, so what? What does this actually mean for us? Just look at this comparison. In AI, it can summarize information, it can extract the claims, no problem. but it can't interpret what that information means for your life or your business. It can't sense the very real human anxiety that's hiding behind those claims. And it absolutely cannot decide how to lead with clarity and wisdom when things are uncertain. That is our job. So, as we wrap this up, this is the question I really want to leave you with. In a world that is drowning in data, anyone can be a scanner, just passively consuming and reacting to whatever floats by. But the real value, the real leadership, that comes from being a steward, someone who filters, who interprets, and who guides others with clarity. So, which one will you choose to be?